Well, it's September the 22nd. I'd like to thank Scott Bolton from Pennsylvania. He's a viewer of the show. Sent me some milkweed because I wasn't able to find none this year. Everybody seemed to bush hog it down, but if you watched that last video, I was on a giant. That's about 400 yards that away, down the edge of this cornfield. Then the corn was standing. That was 3 days ago. Sometime they've been in here and they combined it. Wind was supposed to be just threading a needle for that spot. Real iffy getting in there. So, being they just combined this corn, until I got a saddle, I never had a way to hunt this edge. I'm sitting right on the fence, but the property line is about 20 yards that away. This fence, for whatever reason, I guess I just didn't want to put it in the woods. Put it along the edge of this field. I've got a heavy trail that I'm sure does are using to my right. And over the years, I've hunted back there in that spot, and at dark, this spot through here is always covered up with deer. There's a road about probably 150 yards up there, and a big block of timber that drops off down into a ravine. It's all part of the same property. Deer go down in that ravine and they bed underneath that cliff. It's got like a cliff edge. And the deer bed, and they get up right at dark. You see deer crossing the road here and jump that fence and come right down this edge. So I would expect the big deer's back there again. I did check that trail camera again. I did not have a picture of that giant, but I had one equally as impressive, a different deer. So, the wind was supposed to be blowing this way, and then turning to this way. It appears by the milkweed that it's going that way, but sometimes I drop it and it goes this way, so I'm just not going to push a deer like that. He's only got, maybe my chances are already up, but I'm just not going to push it. The wind ain't right. As much as I'd love to be sitting 400 yards down there and in the game, I'm going to set this field edge. Hope this cold front's got them wanting to eat more of this corn. And maybe some to feed down through this edge. And I'll get a shot at them. So, or cross that road and come right down this edge. Because, I mean, there's a beat down trail of something. So, I hope a lot of times does bed in this little thicket ain't an acre in size. And it goes all the way up there to the road. And it goes back here about 60 more yards, and it peters out into the bean field that was directly, that those deer was coming out into the other day. That's another owner. I can't hunt it. But my hope is they've changed, and maybe they're not going to the beans this season. Maybe they'll come stroll with this freshly picked corn, because it's sometime in the last 3 days. Anyway, I'm going to get quiet. See what happens this evening. Maybe we'll get eyes on another big one, I don't know. Might not see squat. Well, I bought my wife a smoker for her birthday a little over a month ago. Got up 5:30 this morning. Smoked a couple pork roasts on it. Turned out pretty well. But to be honest with you, all I could think is, man, I bet a piece of backstrap be good on this thing. So, might be bad news for does if it was one to cruise by this evening. There's a possibility to shoot that big one. I'm only 400 yards from where he lives. It's a real good chance I could see a doe. I'd prefer it to be out here in the corn. I just feel better about it. I know the line. I just measured the line on Onyx, and it's 40 yards to the property line. So I could shoot that trail. But I don't want to make no neighbors mad neither. So, I don't know. But if a doe cruises down the edge of this field, which is what they do a lot of times after they pick this corn, in the past anyway, she's liable to get an arrow or get shot at least. I don't know that I can kill her, but this tree I'm in is not the greatest. I'm kind of wide open. All the other trees are covered up in poison oak and poison ivy. And if I was sitting in there to kill that big one, I might deal with that. But kind of just sitting here as an observation, hoping to shoot a doe. It ain't worth getting poison oak. That doe right here. She busted me. I was practicing, trying to get drawn over here on this side around the camera. She pegged me. And then I could tell another deer was right behind her and it jumped the fence. Coming right. I think it was just Betty right there. When she got stomping, it kind of just stood up, jumped the fence. Standing there. Come out there about 30 yards. But I ain't burning my buck tag on him, so we'll see. It's a good evening already. Anytime you have the opportunity to shoot a buck, to me is a success. So I spent a lot of years, I never had that chance. Never could get close enough. The learning curve of bow hunting. So that's number 2 for the year, buck that I could have killed. I could have killed that nice buck the other day that was with that giant, but I didn't. But that's what they say it takes to kill a giant. You have to eat some tag soup. So I better shut up. This doe's still over here stomping, carrying on. one thing that ain't helping me on this open tree is, as you seen the milkweed fall, it's landing right there. There's absolutely no wind. So just moving the camera to get them in frame. I need a little bit of wind. This self-filming's hard. You just got so many things going on. Self-filming from the saddle is a new experience for me. I did a little bit last year, but I'm on a learning curve with it, so. I mean, I knew when I got in this tree it was too open. But I was just hoping for the best. I wouldn't do that if I was playing games with that big one. Which I mean, I guess I could be. I'm not that far away. Maybe a doe come by here. I mean, I could have killed all of them before they got to my wind or seen me, but I don't know, I just don't like to be seen. I'm hoping one comes down this edge from the woods, the big boy comes in behind this big white oak right here. It can be a full draw when he comes around it. Have the big camera point that way. I know this camera here will get it. So that would be ideal. They usually don't work that way. So not when you self-filming, it's usually whatever you need, it's exactly the opposite. As you can hear, there's a road right here. I don't know what that is. Chevrolet truck. It ain't sounding too good. I don't know, I just watched the footage, best I can see on that little viewfinder. It looked like it broke her opposite shoulder. Her leg. I don't know how low it was. The impact looked like it would be in the heart. I hope she's dead right over there where she pushed up to. But I could hear her flopping around and she I guess there was a buck in here in this thicket. He turned and ran up here right to the base of the tree looking back. I don't know how much of that racket was him, how much of it was her. She might not have made it over the fence. She might be laying dead right there. I don't know. Guess we'll be sitting tight for a while and we'll see. I think the arrow's still in her. I don't think she had broke it off yet, but I don't see it out there glowing. Well, as you can see, there's the arrow where she broke it off. I went back and looked at the video. I'm hoping I got the heart. I'm hoping that I got the heart, but I can't make no guarantee. Looks like I busted both legs or shoulders or something, so we're gonna start looking for her. Well guys, I tracked her into a bed. I found two big nice beds in there, just wallered out. But no doe. Looks like she laid in that bed and then she got up and circled into a bunch of thorns and headed over the property line. I don't know if it's going to get cold enough she'll keep tonight or not. But I'll be back out here in the morning to see if I can find her, I guess. I mean, I hate making a bad shot. And I've made more than my fair share, especially in the last couple of years since I started filming. Seems like I'm more worried about the camera. But I thought she was, well, I knew she was further than 20, but I didn't know she was close to 30, and she was right at 30, and I just hit her low. I thought maybe, I went back and watched it at the house, and it looked like I'm possibly may have got the bottom of her heart. And she was bleeding good. The blood trail's easy to follow, but she obviously laid down in there, left a big old bloody spot, and then she circled back up out of it, kind of come back the way she came and split back off. So I marked all that on Onyx, and I'm gonna come back out here in the morning, I reckon. Probably find her eating, but I mean, she ain't gonna outrun no coyote. She ain't got two front legs. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, try to get some rest. Bad as I hate to, I'm just gonna have to get out of here for the night. If I don't find her, this will probably be the end of the video, and we'll see you on the next one.